Okay. That was a big tree. Reese,
Yeah.
why are you once again naked in your treehouse? It is early in the day. I got an emergency phone call from you saying that you need me to bring you donuts, and this is where I find you. So here's here. Hold on. Can I take my sweater? Just cover up. Fuck's sake, man. Okay, have a donut. What's going on? Why are you up in the treehouse?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
Your memory shit.
Tuesday's naked
Yeah,
treehouse
yeah,
day. Yeah,
exactly.
of course. Yeah. Well, while I'm here, why don't you tell me, teach me something about Canada?
We are talking about weed bays.
Weed bears?
Marijuana bays.
Oh, okay. I like that you have like the microphone recording set up all ready to go, like in various places around where you live, like this treehouse.
Well, you never know when you might need to record a story about some weed bays.
Right, you got like a generator going 24/7 at the base of this tree, just in case. You don't even bother turning it off.
You don't get to the top of Canadian podcasting by not being prepared for these kind of situations.
Hey, all right, yeah, I'll give you that. Here, let me sit down and get comfortable. Tell me about weed bears, Reese.
We're going to do the theme tune
Oh yeah,
first.
the theme song. Okay, yeah, do it. Let's dance. You want to dance?
No.
Super Blanco, nuts troop light, the place that's excitement, kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning, because Canada is boring, boring. Cause Canada is boring. Canada is boring. So boring. Canada is so fucking boring. Boring. A real cool podcast with Reese and Jesse.
Hello and welcome to Canada is
Boring.
a
Yeah.
podcast where people say things about other stuff.
That's the
Is that a
most
good enough explanation?
apt description of our show we've ever had. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Kay, you think Canada's boring? Fuck off. You're wrong.
that was one of the many slogans that we tested
Yeah.
with the test audience.
Just fuck off, everyone. You're wrong.
fuck off and die.
Canada's boring.
Yeah.
Little artists.
Canada's boring. Go fuck yourself, you racist. That
Yes,
was another
yeah,
one we
yeah.
were testing out.
Yeah. The other one was punch me. I'm wrong about Canada. It's not boring.
Right? Yeah. We're good at this. This is.
We are.
Yeah, we should start our own marketing.
Or a
firm.
bumper sticker that said, please continually ram the back of my vehicle with your vehicle to show me how wrong I am that Canada is not boring.
I actually like that one.
What's the bumper sticker I saw the other day? It said, if you're going to ride my ass, at least pull my hair.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's actually clever. You don't see a lot of clever bumper stickers. I like that. That's fun.
You always
Okay.
see those cars and they have like 4 or 5 bumper stickers. And I feel like they're really building their identity around bumper stickers. You know, people decorate their cars as like an extension of their personality.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a bit nuts. I like the people who it's like, they spend their entire fucking paycheck on bumper stickers.
Yeah,
and then They
exactly.
just drive around when they have nowhere to go.
I
They
go
just-
from 0 to 60 in 0 to bitch or whatever they used to say, or powered by fairy dust, and they go like, I'm crazy, or my other car's a TARDIS or the Millennium Falcon, or
I knew people who would do this to the walls of their homes.
are you thinking about like live, love, laugh on
Yes, but
all
like,
you need is wine?
but like constant. Like every room has this, right? Like
Yeah.
it's I'm like, why? They don't have visitors. It's just like
because little do people know that the dollar store is full of inspirational quotes that will enhance your lifestyle.
Oh, God. Okay, so I'm gonna start decorating this room then, just for you.
Well, with inspirational quotes.
Yeah, from the dollar store.
I've got an inspirational quote you printed of me that was in
Oh
the
my
kitchen.
God,
It's going
yeah.
to the new office. It's
Are you taking it
was
with you? Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's great.
Me misquoting. I can't remember the quote now. Was it "Life do art, art do the or life do the art later" or whatever it was? It was me trying to say life imitates art.
Yeah.
Art do art, life do art later.
Life does the art later.
Me clever boy. So Jesse's small STD zone, small talk dimension zone.
Yeah.
What did you catch this week?
What did I catch this week? Still waiting to get my tooth fixed. My dentist is ignoring me, which is weird and fun. And so I started calling different
Your dentist is ignoring you.
ignoring me straight up.
So what did you do to him
Nothing.
or her?
Nothing. It's so weird. It's just there. This is Nova Scotia.
Are you so
Just-
frustrating to have as a patient that
That
you're
might be it.
blacklisted one by one?
I am annoying. I'll
by
give
all
you
the
that.
dentists.
So I
'Cause
called around.
you're the kind of person who does their research and then turns up and tells the dentist what's wrong. Aren't you?
I do this with my doctor.
I know.
Yeah, and they've just accepted that they don't fight me. They just, you know,
go.
like,
Do you know what? The 100 hours on YouTube, he's right.
I'm pretty smart, Reese. I gotta tell
You're gonna get the world's only Wikipedia doctor.
you. That's me. Still fighting to get my doctor. They won't give it to me though, but one of these days.
But I had a great. So my son.
Oh, I just wanted to finish with
Oh,
the
finish your story, yeah.
So I called up and
I
like
thought
the-
that I've been blacklisted by a dentist. Was it?
no, I called around places and then just like 10 minutes ago, the hospital called me back and the soonest they can get me in is the end of November.
That's good.
No, that sucks. So, anyway, that's the end of that story, which is
Cool.
kind of fun, yeah.
Well, my oldest son, he's started playing flag football. Have you seen flag football?
No, I've never heard of that.
It's like football, but there's no contact because he's 12.
Right.
Well, he will go into contact, but he's never played football before.
Give them bats instead.
Yeah, they just hit each other like bats covered in barbed wire.
Yeah.
But so I went to watch him. He's playing in East Hants in Nova Scotia, and they've got this giant inflatable. There's a big football field in a giant inflatable dome. Like the structure is like an inflated,
Like in
building.
a ball pit
No. It's like it's weird.
without the balls?
So- but it was so cold in there. It was so cold.
Right.
And I walked up to the coffee shop in the sports center, and it was the end of the day, and the guy was like, gave me a free coffee because it was the dregs that had been in there all day. It was wonderful.
Was
So-
it wonderful?
It was great.
Dregs?
It was free.
That's, you know
You
what?
could give me a cup of piss, and if it's free, I'll drink it.
I'm the same way, Reese. I'm with you on this. So huzzah and congratulations.
I don't want to
on
drink a
free
cup
coffee.
of piss, but
No, I get you.
but if it's hot and I'm
Because
cold,
like you and I are professionals in our fields and we make a decent amount of money and we're fine. But if something's free or if we can find a deal on something, it's so attractive.
Yeah.
It's not like we can't afford it in the first place. It's not about that. It's about the deal.
it's like when people leave furniture on the curbside in my neighborhood. It's like it's curbside collection. I just drive around in the truck, 2 kids in the back ready to jump out and put things in there.
Even like kids, go. And then
We
they-
don't need a 5th broken hockey net. But what if we do?
There was, I don't know if I told you, I must have told you, I don't know if I said this on our show, but like Domino's has an app, and then you can go on the app and it'll tell you if there's deals that week, sort of thing. And it's poorly programmed. And I found a way, a specific time. I did my due diligence and I tried this with every single fucking pizza. Okay. So there's a thing. This is how crazy I am about deals. I could easily afford a fucking pizza. Okay.
Well, why would you when you can do this?
When you could do this. So like pizzas are fucking, yeah, you want to order a pepperoni pizza? That's $20 fucking. That's how pizzas are these days. Except now they've got like, oh, it's 40% off on like 40% off on custom pizzas this week. I'm like, okay. And then normally if you add on like rising crust,
Yeah.
it's an additional price. Okay. So it's like an additional few bucks sort of thing. Someone fucked up in the programming, whereon if you take the 40% off pizzas and then you add in like one of their cheapest pizzas, which is the pepperoni feast, right? And then you add on, like, I'd also like to make this pepperoni feast a rising crust, right? They fucked up. And in that instance only, it reduces the price by a few dollars and then reduces it by 40%. So it ends up being like $6 for a fucking pizza.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know what my tactic is? You know, if you do an online shopping on a website, fill the cart with everything you want to get and get to the point where you're about to pay
Mhm.
and then close the window and just fuck off and do something else. Because they will email you an offer code because they know that you got as far as almost buy-in.
Who is this?
Most shopping websites.
Really?
And once they know, they're like, oh God, he nearly bought. We nearly had a customer. We need him. And they will email you like within like a week or so, sometimes faster, saying, hey, we noticed you didn't complete your purchase. How about 15% off? Or how about we, do this? They will, if you get to that point and then just go, fuck this, I'm off. I'm going to go and walk the dog.
This
Then
is good.
they know they're watching and they're like, they want to entice you back to complete
Now we're
the
going to be
purchase.
getting so many people to do these things that both of these ploys
We're going to
are-
tank the Canadian economy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And it won't be Justin's fault this time.
I didn't want to tell people about the Domino's thing because like it actually works and
if you work at Domino's,
but if
please,
people- they'll
please
figure it
don't-
out.
Yeah, don't fix it.
they'll figure it out. But like I kind of need other people to do this so that they fix it so that I stop eating Domino's. Right? Like,
Exactly. The other thing that happened just before we move on to the content, there was a picture I posted it online. People might have seen it. There was a poster for a local politician whose name is John A. MacDonald.
I saw that.
So I did a selfie with him, just hanging out with Canada's
Give
first
him-
prime minister. To be fair, he looked like he ate the original John A. MacDonald.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how you become prime minister is by eating the old prime minister.
But
It's just a constant chain.
I can't wait to watch that live stream of Pierre Cardiff eating Justin Trudeau. It's a bit gamey. So chewy. All that yoga. Anyway,
We're very proud of our heritage here in Canada.
but the other thing was, I was like, okay, so Johnny MacDonald is now a controversial character, for all because
Now he's a controversial character.
because people are like,
he's
people.
been dead for like 100 years.
I know,
man.
but people are like, yeah, he was Canada's first prime minister, but also genocide.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So, but this guy, he could just call himself John MacDonald, but he does put he does the A. He's purposefully to have the same
oh,
name.
that's interesting.
So it's kind of like I guess it's kind of a gimmick.
Yeah, it is a gimmick for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, do you think? Because that's interesting, right? Like,
Because you could just be John MacDonald or
he could be John McDonald. but
John
calling himself
Allen MacDonald.
John Allen McDonald, but calling himself John A. McDonald is 100% a gimmick. That's a good point. And do you think it's to stir up controversy? Because like he didn't commit genocide, as far
No,
as
he
I know.
didn't. He didn't.
Like yeah,
He just modeled his name after somebody who did.
or, well, like, I mean, like he could say that he's always been John A. McDonald. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
Some-
I don't know. Good
Right.
on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Do it up.
I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, model your name after a tyrant, an alcoholic tyrant. Sounds great. Let's see how far that gets you.
Anyway, so
No news is bad news. That sort of thing.
do you want to hear about weed bears?
What the fuck is a weed bear, Reese?
Have you? I'll get to it. Have you ever seen a bear in person?
I have, actually. That's which sounds strange living in Canada, but they're harder to find than you think.
They go through my garbage. Last year, they went through my garbage every night for a 5-month period. So
Oh, you told me. I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah.
story.
I live
yeah.
with bears. I haven't seen one yet this year. Maybe I got run over. I don't know. But anyway, so it's very dangerous to feed bears and to tame them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to.
No shit.
So the British Columbia Provincial Court for North Vancouver on September the 29th, 2021 fined bear feeder Zuzana Stivakova of Whistler $60,000. It was the highest penalty ever imposed under the British Columbia Wildlife Act.
They just caught her feeding bears and they charged her $60,000.
Well, throughout the summer, a conservation officer witnesses testified that Stivakova, throughout the summer of 2018, fed bears up to 10 cases of apples, 50 pounds of carrots, and up to 15 dozen eggs per week.
Holy shit.
Can't afford to do that these days.
That's
Bears will
insane.
have to do with like noodles.
That's there's actually just a quick side note about feeding bears. There was a YouTube video going around a few years back with this guy living in the hills. I forget what country this was, but like he had like beehives. He was making honey,
Yeah.
right? And this bear would come over and like destroy his hives and eat all the honey. And he's just like, fuck. And he like tried keeping the bear out. And he tried all kinds of deterrents. And then after a while, he's just
All
like,
I can think about is Baloo.
right? Yeah. But like after a while, he's like, fuck it. I'll just give him what he wants. And so instead of like he still made he made it difficult to get into the beehives and made it hard. And then and he just like kind of further away from the beehives, he put out like 3 open jars of honey. He's like, here you go. Just take it, right? It's over here. It's easy, right? And then they started doing it. And after a while, he noticed something interesting, which is the bear was only eating one of the jars of honey. And it was a very specific brand of honey, where the other ones were different brands. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with these other brands? And so he started doing tests with different brands, and the bear had a very specific taste.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, most of the fine was paid to the British Columbia Habitat Conservation Trust Foundation.
Oh,
That's a hell of a lot. The British Columbia Habitat Conservation Trust Foundation. It's unnecessary amount of words. Anyway, they should rebrand.
What's the acronym?
Butt
Butt chick.
cheek. They should call themselves Butt Cheek. So Butt Cheek got $60,000. The statement was, these activities created an extraordinary public safety risk by conditioning bears to human food and presence, the British Columbia Conservation Officer said in a prepared statement. Because the bears have become habituated with human feeding, the statement continued. In September 2018, conservation officers were forced to put down 3 bears who were repeatedly visiting the area, causing property damage and showing no fear of people. So that's the consequence. If you love bears that much, you want to feed them, to spend time with them, you're killing that bear eventually, because once the government gets wind of it, they're just going to shoot them in the face.
Specifically the face.
It's the best. It's the most effective part of a bear to shoot.
I
imagine.
Okay.
It's the most effective part to shoot anything.
I have thoughts on this. I mean, like, I agree with the don't feed the bears.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with kill them as soon as they show up sniffing around. That's like, I mean, I get it's preventative. I know that, right? But like, still, I feel.
I get the same food they're used to, pack it full of laxatives, and then they'll never come back. They won't shit in the woods. That bear will shit all over the woods.
All over your lawn, you mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's just fucking bear diarrhea for days, man. You bring up the slip and slide, let the kids have a time, and then.
But anyway,
don't worry, this place is bear free.
Bears, because of this, can be useful to some people if you don't care about the bear's well-being.
If you don't care about the bears being shot in the face by the government.
If you want bears around, this is a very easy way to get bears to hang out with you.
To feed them.
Yeah. They'll just be like, hey, I like this guy. I'm not afraid of him. He feeds me. I'm not going to maul him. So,
I mean, is that true? Because bears, from what I understand, can be unpredictable.
They can be. Yeah.
Like, you can be friends with the bear, you can be pets with the bear, you can have a bear hang around, and then one day just eat your face off.
Yeah, I mean, there's like most big cats, when people have like pet tigers and stuff.
Right.
When you see videos of people who like have, I got a pet tiger. Look, it's like a normal cat, and they stroke it. I'm like, oh my god. All you've got to do is look at that cat the wrong way, and he'll just.
Well, the thing is, it's like they're not wrong. You can
bite your dick off.
You can befriend all kinds of wild animals. You can tame. I wouldn't say you can.
That's where dogs come from and cats.
Right. Yeah, but like that took hundreds, if not thousands, of years to do that. I wouldn't say you can domesticate a lot of wild animals, but you can certainly tame them enough that they can hang around with you and be friendly with you. But much like you and I could have a bad day and we just express it to other people, like, I'm not just leave me alone. I'm having a bad day today, right? If an animal like that has a bad day, bye face.
Or you
startle it.
Or
you startle it, or something just snaps in its brain, and like, what? I'm hungry for human face today. Like, just like.
But just remember though that some people don't care. They just enjoy it. They're just quite happy to go along with it and do deals with a bear. So this story is from the weed bear story. Comes from 2011, before weed was legal.
Okay.
I don't know if you know a lot about BC, but in the year 2000, there were 2,800 busts of marijuana grow operations in BC.
Jesus.
Illegal weed operations in BC were a big deal.
Sure.
They were?
Okay.
So it's estimated that it's probably around 400,000 kilograms.
I think it's so funny
a year.
How
it's now legal.
Laws were, and everyone's like, and the government's like, oh, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. We don't care anymore. But back then, like, if it's a law, people get like emotionally, you know what I mean? Like, this is wrong.
And now it's fine, and there are trendy hip entrepreneurs who walk barefoot around their cannabis farms. Cannabis is cool, guys.
Right. It's so funny how the fucking law changes people's opinions and emotions.
Exactly. And then, like, you think about, like, Snoop Dogg, he was notorious because he was an illegal drug when he first started as a rapper. Right. And now he's a weed entrepreneur, and he's a respected businessman.
A weedpreneur.
Weedpreneur. Not as cool as a weed bear.
No.
So.
Nice transition. Okay.
Thank you. So, as you can imagine, the police were doing stuff to try and stop all this stuff, to put it precisely. The police were raiding farms,
Right.
cannabis farms in BC,
Right.
try and crack down on
I'm
this.
very curious how these two stories are going to tie together.
Well, illegal weed and bears?
Yeah.
Weed bears.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
You should have done that slower.
yeah.
Like
Weed bears. Weed bears. Weed bears.
Weed bears.
Weed bears. It's like the gummy bears. So
Ganja bears bouncing here, no token here and there and everywhere.
I don't remember the lyrics.
We are the Ganja bears.
Anyway, officers conducted a raid at Christina Lake, BC, a property with 2 residential buildings and a fenced-off grow operation of about 1,000 plants. So the police turned up. Five police officers turned up.
Yeah.
Christina Lake, BC is close to the US border. So it was like, hey, we can grow it in Canada, ship it south, or, it's a good spot to be growing
I
weed.
think I know where this is going.
They
And
turned
I'm
up.
very excited.
They turned up
Yeah.
only to discover it was being guarded.
Oh my. So this is a grow up near the border
Yes.
in BC.
Yes.
Okay.
The owner of that property was a guy named Alan Wayne Peache, or as he was known locally, the Bear Dude, because he liked bears.
Right.
And he basically created an unholy pact with the bears.
Okay.
So apparently he was using dog food. He was feeding the bears dog food on a regular basis.
Okay.
So the police were there. Oh, look, a weed farm. Let's go and rip it all up. Maybe take a bit for ourselves, because
Right.
it's a drugs raid. They're only human. They haven't invented RoboCop yet, so. So the raiding police officers were suddenly consulted by 5 bears who were casually strolling around the property.
Oh my God.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
and so they were trying to.
5.
Yeah, so the owner had, according to RCMP Sergeant Fred Mansfeld, the owner thought it would be really cool to feed bears, so they like to hang around, and then people won't steal his weed.
That's amazing.
So
What a smart idea.
So there he is. There's the owner
Let me see.
hanging out with one of his bears. He apparently there's lots of pictures of him on Facebook on his profile, which I couldn't find, with him hanging out with bears.
What if he started training them to attack?
No, I think they were just quite happy to go sit there looking at him, waiting for him to open a can of dog food. Maybe you blow smoke in their faces sometimes,
Oh yeah. Okay.
just to reinforce that bond. But they soon immediately realized that the bears were just totally docile and tame.
I was just gonna say that he's on a weed farm. All he's doing is feeding them all the time. They're not going to be aggressive.
No.
They would have no reason to be.
But if you
Right,
see a
like-
bear, you
Although
go-
although bears are territorial,
So-
right?
yeah, but
so like if strangers are coming onto their territory,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I could think that would make them in the slightest bit aggressive.
Most sane people, though, if you go, do you know what? Let's go and steal his plants. You walk up, you see 5 bears milling around. You're not going to go.
I'm not going to go near them. No.
You're going to go. Maybe
Maybe another
let's
place.
steal somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Or buy some. you know.
Right.
So they were tame. They sat around watching. At one point, one of the bears climbed onto the hood of a police car and just sat there for a bit and then jumped off.
That's awesome. Fuck, I hope they took a photo. When
So-
was this? What year was this?
This was 2011.
Fuck. They
So
should
bear-
they didn't take a photo?
So
That's
Bear Dude was 66 at the time, so I don't even know if he was around anymore. Cause,
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, he'd been doing this project had been lasting 25 years. He'd been building relationships with bears via dog food and weed for 25 years.
that's amazing.
However, the marijuana charges were thrown out of court in 2013 because the judge found inconsistencies in RCMP testimony and the search warrant. So even though there were 1,000
So
plants-
it was like, look, we know there's weed there, but you went about this completely wrong, and we can't process this.
we
the
fucked
way-
up on the paperwork.
We fucked up in the paperwork
because the
Yeah.
bears were, maybe they were distracted by the bears. Maybe the plan worked all along. They were like, so apparently he in court he admitted to feeding $200 worth of dog food to bears every week for more than a decade on his property. However, because they couldn't get him on the drugs charges,
They charged him on that.
they charged him on feeding the bears.
That's hilarious.
So he was charged $6,900 for feeding the bears.
$6,000. That's it.
$6,900.
Wasn't the other woman charged 60,000?
60,000, yeah.
And and
She didn't have a weed farm.
all they threw at this guy was $6,000. Something probably makes it a week from this or a day.
Exactly.
Like that's it. He's just like, oh no,
I know.
$7,000 for shucks. Like
Do you know the sad part?
the bears died.
They had to kill 24 bears
Fucking why 20? What is going on? What? Why?
because they were just tame and docile. They just wanted
24?
24 bears.
So the 5 bears that were on the property that day were just 5 of 24.
That was
he
just the tip of the bear iceberg.
I don't like that at all.
It's not very nice, is it?
No, like I don't think we need to do that.
Well, you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
How long has he been feeding these bears
we talked
for?
about it. Remember you said about people with dangerous animals as pets?
Yeah, but hold on. How long has he been feeding these bears for?
I said 25 years.
25 years. How many people died in 25 years from feeding these bears?
Well, none, but those bears, without him there as a source of dog food, they're going to look in other places.
I guess.
They come to a park, city park, little Jiminy's there with his fudge pop sat on the bench. Bear's going to come over, try and take his fudge pop. Whereas bears typically try to avoid human contact.
I'd have to look into this deeper.
Think about Jiminy.
I think this is an
Think about
extreme-
Jiminy and the children.
I don't know. This is an extreme measure. I think an extreme reaction. Tell you the truth. That's how I feel about it. I don't like that at all.
It is, but I don't know. You don't want. I mean, fast forward 1,000 years. If we keep this behavior up, like we'll have dogs, cats, and bears in our homes.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah. Go and take the bear for a walk. He needs a shit. But
That's not where I thought this was going at all.
did you like it though?
I did like it very much. That was a great story. I thought
But
because it was close.
I got a little tip of you. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm not. But just to interrupt, this isn't the most extreme though. I think it was in the somewhere around 2011, similar. A 59-year-old Austrian zookeeper was using the rhino enclosure to hide and mask his drug plantation, and he had 30 marijuana plants growing in the middle of the rhino cage. So he was using the
At a
rhinos
zoo?
in a zoo. He'd had a hidden enclosure in the middle of the rhino enclosure, so his weed was being guarded by rhinos. So I think he wins.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But this is also very insane. So
Where I thought you were going to take this, because it was near the border, I thought that there was going to be like a place in America nearby, right? And both of them had like this agreement that they'd both feed the bears. So the bears would come back and forth across the border.
Yeah.
And they just like one of them would strap weed to the bear, and then the bear would walk across the border and they'd feed the bear and they'd take the weed off and they'd strap money to the bear.
so the bears are drug mules.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
And
where
no
I
one's
thought you
gonna
were
no
going.
one's gonna take it off them.
No, who would fucking right? Yeah.
But yeah, just a visual deterrent more
Yeah.
than anything. So yeah,
Awesome. Do you want to do a quiz? Do you want to
do a quiz. Let's do a quiz.
Do a quiz. Don't have time for.
I'm not feeling improvisationally at the moment.
Okay, that's
Is that a word?
Yeah. Admin. We've already done our show. I think we've had enough episodes go by that our show has gone. We've done our show, our live show.
Yeah,
It's done. We did it. Yay.
we did it. Even though we're recording this before we do it.
So
Thanks everyone.
thank you, everyone. Admin, send us a speak pipe. We haven't had a speak pipe in a while
Speakpipe.com/Canadian politics is boring.
because
I
we
need-
haven't changed the
I
title
need to
yet.
fix it. But I will.
Okay.
I will fix it.
It's
If
just
that
an-
doesn't work.
It's an anonymous voicemail. You can leave it in seconds. You don't have to sign up for anything. There's usually a little link in your Spotify or Apple Podcast thing. You can just click it. And you can say hi. Tell us what you thought of the show. We'll put you on a future episode.
Have you ever trained a dangerous animal to protect your drugs? Let us know.
Yeah, we want to know. I'm sure they'll
Anonymously, of course.
know that. Okay, let's do a quiz.
Okay, cool.
I'm bad with names.
What year did this happen?
2011.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
You win this hamper of aromatic soaps.
Ooh, there's
Okay.
prizes now. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aromatic soaps.
Yep,
Okay,
that's nice.
so smell them.
Smells like bananas and armpits.
Yeah, that's the range. So, how much was Zuzana Stivakova of Whistler fined in her record-breaking fine in September 2021?
$60,000.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. For that, you get a year's subscription to What Cheese magazine.
What cheese?
Yeah, they review all the latest cheese. And the old cheese.
I would 100% subscribe to that
What cheese?
magazine.
This month's edition is Cheese for the Modern Man. That's
Just
the-
see it
that's
like
the
a man
feature.
in a three-piece suit holding just like sunglasses, holding a glass of champagne in one hand and like a handful of blue cheese
Exactly.
crumbled in the other.
And also there's
Just like held out like it's...
there's a great editorial. There's an interview with Barack Obama about the cheeses. That
What's his name?
Barack Obama.
Who?
Barack Obama?
There you
Okay.
go.
About the cheeses that influenced his presidency. So it was nice.
Oh,
You'll
lovely.
enjoy that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would enjoy that. yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, aromatic soaps. What cheese subscription for
Thank
a year? Gotta find something. What was the name of the small settlement in British Columbia where the weed farm was happening close to the border?
Bad with names. Don't know this. Fuckface Farms.
No, Christina Lake. We're so close.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jesse. That means that this classic Ferrari Testarossa is gonna get pulped.
Oh, damn it.
It's gonna smash it up. You don't get it; it just gets burned on the spot.
And you have to watch it burn.
You gotta watch it burn.
Okay.
You don't get
yeah.
the Ferrari now.
It's a punishment.
As a punishment, you have to watch the Ferrari burn.
I'm tied to this chair.
Exactly. No.
Poked in the back with a broomstick every time I
Exactly.
close my eyes to make sure I watch.
There
Yeah.
you go. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone,
see you soon.
for listening to Canada is Boring.
And just as a safety notice, I hope this didn't give anyone ideas. Please don't feed the bears.
don't feed the bears
Yeah,
because
it's-
they'll kill them.
It's a literal death sentence to that bear.
Because we're that mean to animals and we're looking for an excuse to kill them at any chance we get. Oh, here's a reason to call us on leave a voicemail for SpeakPipe. Leave us a SpeakPipe and tell us what you think of the change, the transition from Canadian politics is boring to Canada is boring. We'd love your feedback. We'd
If
love
you
your...
don't like it, don't. It's fine. Just give us just give us the good stuff.
Our egos can't take it.
Canadian politics is boring. Wouldn't have had weed bears. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everyone's life is better now.
Okay, bye everybody.
I got up 5 minutes earlier knowing this story exists. That's how much of an impact it's had on me. So anyway,
This
bye.
is why I
everyone.
ended up naked in the treehouse.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it-
it's like, I had a whole 5 minutes to get ready. So. Bye.
Super they cool, they much too polite. A place that's exciting with kryptonite. You make fall asleep with no warning. Because Canada is